Hello guys and welcome to Python programming tutorials by Amulya's Academy. I'm back with the data structure tutorials. Previously in the data structure video series we discussed about stacks and its operation. Today in this tutorial we'll see how to implement stacks in Python. Stack is not a built-in data structure in Python. To use stack we need to implement that, and there are different ways from which we can implement stack in Python. Here we'll discuss about few methods. The first method is we can implement stack using built-in data structure list, and the second method is we can implement stacks using different modules. Today in this tutorial we'll see how to implement stack using list. About this we'll discuss in the next tutorial. Stacks operates in LIFO order, last in first out, and the two basic operation of stack is push and pop. In the push it will add the element to the stack, and in pop it will remove the elements from the stack. This push and pop operation will add and remove elements in the same end. So when we are using list as stacks, for the push operation we can use append method, and for pop operation we can use pop method of list. In the append we'll add the element to the end of the list, and in the pop method we'll remove the element from the end of the list. Here the operation, the adding elements and removing elements is done in the same end. In the stack also we'll perform operation in the same way, right? So in the list, for the push operation we need to use append method, and for the pop operation we need to use pop method. So I'll show you the example for this. So I'll create a stack, that is the empty list first. Next, if I want to add element to the stack now, I can use append. Okay, it will append the element to the stack now at the end of the list. For the next element, like this, it will append the element one by one. You can check the stack here. Now if you want to pop the element, then you can use pop method. When I use pop method, it will remove the last element from the stack. So it will remove 30 first. It will remove 20 next. It will remove 10 next. If again try to pop the element, it will give the error. You are popping from the empty list. Okay, in this way you can perform the push and pop operation using list. Here the operation is performing in the same end, right? At the end of the list we are adding the elements and we are removing the elements from the same end, and the first entered element is removed at the last. Here the operation is performed in the LIFO order, last in first out. Next, if you want to check whether the stack or list is empty or not, then you can use length function. Length of stack is equal to 0. True. Now stack is empty, so it will give true. Or you can use not operator, that is you can take not stack. It is true, that means stack or list is empty. If you want to check stack is empty or not, you can use these two methods. Next, if you want to access the last element of the stack or the element present in the top position, when we add the elements, last entered element is top element, right? Now if you want to access that, then you can use indexing method. That is, first I'll add few elements. Now if I want to access the last element of the stack, then you can use the index as -1. The index of last element is -1, so it will give the last element 20, the element present in the top position. In this way you can use list as stack. So next, let's see a complete example. So here what I'm doing is, first I'll take a empty stack, empty list. Next, here I define the push operation. This is the push function. This is the pop function. And here we are taking while true, that is we are continuously executing the while body here. Here we'll ask the user to select the operation, whether he want to perform push or pop or quit, which operation he want to perform. Then we'll ask the user to enter that choice. And if you want to perform push, we'll execute this push function body. If you want to perform pop, we'll execute this pop function body. If you want to quit, if you don't want to do any operation, then you can press 3. If choice is 3, it will execute break statement, that is nothing but it will come out of the loop. And in the push function, we'll ask the user to enter the element, and using append method, we'll add that element to the stack and we'll print the stack. And in the pop method, first I'll check whether the stack is empty or not. If stack is empty, I can't pop the element from the stack, right? So it will print that message, stack is empty. Otherwise, we'll use the pop method and we'll remove the element from the stack. Okay, so let's execute this program. Select the operation. Which operation do you want to perform? I want to push. Okay, first I want to push. Add the element. Enter the element. So I want to add 10. Next, select the operation. I want to again push. Enter the element 20. I want to again push. I want to add element 30. Done. Now I want to pop this. So I'll press 2. So it will remove element first 30. Now again remove 20. Now 10 is left in the stack. Now I want to quit, so I'll press 3. It will stop the execution of the program. Here you can see. Initially, if you want to pop, if you press 2, initially stack is empty. If you want to perform the pop operation, it will print stack is empty. It will print that stack is empty message. So you can quit. And you can write this program in another way also. You can set the maximum size or the limit of the stack. First, you can ask the user how many elements you want in the stack, and you can set a limit to the stack. And if you enter more than that, if you enter more element than the stack limit, you can print a overload or stack is full message. So I'll show you another example. So here we have the program, same program. Here what I did is, first, we'll ask the user to enter the limit of stack. First, we'll ask the user to enter the limit of stack. How many element we can enter to the stack. Next, while this is same, here also this is same. Everything is same here. But in the push operation, here I'll check the length of stack. If that length of stack is equal to n, that is nothing but the stack limit, then it will print list is full message. Otherwise, it will enter the element to the stack. Nothing is changed here in the pop function. We are just checking whether list is full or not. So now if I execute this, so limit of stack, so I'll enter 3 and I'll push. Now if I again try to push, list is full. So it won't ask you to enter the element. It will print list is full message. Rest part of the program runs same as the previous program. Okay, so in this way you can use list as stacks in Python. And in the next tutorial, we'll see how to implement stacks using modules. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in next class. Till then, take care.